Okay, let's get going. Let's get into the game. Space Quest 6: The Spinal Frontier, Part 2. We've returned to the deep ship, having been rescued. And now we want to find out who our kidnappers were. Best way to find that out, let's do a little DNA test. If we can find the DNA scanner.
Sequencer scanning bed. This is where you put the food, specimen
Food.
desired to scan.
We don't want to scan food, do we? Are we scanning food? That sounds dangerous. Sorry. Okay, so let's get going, let's get on with things. In our pockets we have this, which is a personal grooming device. A shaver, I guess. And on that we have some hair. Obviously we can find DNA through hair. So we'll just drop that on there.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilco. The sequencer is for use by trained personnel only.
Ah, of course.
Obviously, you don't fit that description.
I can't use
I'm
it.
afraid I can't allow you to use it.
Come on, Jabba. Be a pal.
Jabba?
Who'll know?
Obvious similarities to Jabba the Hutt.
It's a StarCon regulation.
Oh, can you do it then? Let's talk to him. Talk to Jabba.
Jeez, Jabba. Who's gonna know? Let me try this one thing. I'll be out of your way. No one will find out.
Is it?
I
Yeah,
don't
right.
know, Mr. Wilco. I'm not one to break regulations. I really don't think it's a good idea.
I don't see what harm it can do. Come
I
on.
swear, it'll only take
Come
a minute.
on.
We're out in the middle of nowhere. No one will find out. And I'll tell you what. Anytime you want it, one free plunge job, day or night. What do you say?
One free plunge job. That's all a janitor has to offer.
No.
It'll only take a minute or two, really. Come on, Jabba. Be a pal.
Be a pal.
Well, okay.
You a pal?
Just this once.
Come on, pal.
If someone finds out I'm sunk, then I'll come looking for you to take it out on. Keep that in mind.
It's like a Jabba the Hutt with
problem.
grasshopper
Done
legs.
in a flash.
Probably need to be careful.
I really don't know why I'm doing this.
Let's be honest, buddy. It was the free plunge job, wasn't it? So we want to put the hair there. And I guess we just want to hit scan.
It hurts your eyes.
Or press scan rather than look at scan. Well, there's something in there. And we'll imprint a data cart, I assume, which will tell us who this is. I will take that. Thank you very much.
As in all locations aboard the deep ship 86, a compost is located here. Ever since
The
days
compost
of
is where... compost, yeah.
composts have been a necessity.
They've been a necessity since stairs were banned. So there you go. So we use the data card on the compost. Yeah, I know. I know.
Boy, wouldn't it be cool if that really worked?
Well, it would. And why isn't it?
As cool as it would be to...
We need to use it on there. Why are you not letting me use it?
Excellent guess, Kreskin. Wrong, but excellent.
I'm pretty sure that this should be what we do.
Neat. I've always wanted to try one of these on the compost.
Oh, can we do it? There we are. So the data cart now goes in there. And now we'll find out who our kidnapper was. This is the DNA pattern of Nigel Rancid. Sounds like a member of a punk band or something like that, doesn't it? Nigel Rancid. The file is closed, so we've got nothing we can learn.
Oh, hi, Stellar. I hope your back's feeling better.
They just finished treating me,
Stellar.
and I'm starting to feel better.
It's our rescuer.
However, I was told to lay off rescuing people for a while, especially you. So, did you have any luck?
As it turns out, yes.
I
We
got
now
some
know
information from the sample I
who we're
ran
looking
through the
for.
DNA sequencer. When I tried it, all I got was a name. All it said after that was that the file is closed. I wonder why that is.
Well, it
I
could
know
be
for sure, Roger.
any number of
It seems
reasons.
a bit suspicious. When a file is marked like that, there's usually a very good reason. Most frequently, it indicates the file is closed for intelligence purposes, or it's legally sealed by some judicial body. In the case of those tubs of guts that grabbed you, I'd have to say it's not a government agency directly behind it. It sounds more like someone with access from the outside to a friend or two inside. A more paranoid person might say this smells way wrong.
Then again, when did you last change your socks?
Join us.
If the files are sealed,
Well,
then we have nothing to go
that's a
on.
different question there, isn't it, entirely?
True.
When did he
The
last
only thing
change
I
his
can think
socks?
of is that they may be accessible by jacking into cyberspace. I've never done it, but I know it can be done.
So I guess this means you won't be trying it first. I mean, I'd love to try it, but I can't since we don't know how.
We don't know how.
Well, actually, I read it can be done with the help of a cyber jack
But she knows how.
and a cyberspace jack interface module. The article said there are several things to access out there and that there's a vast library of files to browse.
That's good to know.
It said that the Information Superhighway project is a little behind schedule, but that there are some operative areas. Other than that, I don't have a clue as to how we can gain any information about them.
So you think this cyberspace thing could work?
Well, I can only tell you what I've
Cyberspace.
read.
Does it work, guys? You tell
Obviously,
me.
takes a
Does
lot
it
of
work?
patience, but I think it's the only option.
I think it has some good
You'll
moments.
locate a cyberjack and headset because of the delays in the
And I don't
project.
think they're totally
They're
outweighed
more
by the
like
bad, are they?
business items than marketable, functionable products.
For the
We
most
do
part.
have cyberjack modules built into the compost.
That's true. Of course, we won't know anyway without the jack.
That's right.
So that's what we're looking for
I wonder
now.
where we could find one of
A
those.
cyberjack.
I wish I knew, Roger. There must be some place.
Must be.
Attention. We are now orbiting the Delta Berxalon 5 colony as requested by StarCon. Most of you know your assignments as they have been broadcast to your composts. Please represent StarCon properly. Kilbasa,
Is Roger capable of representing
You
StarCon
better get moving. since
properly?
you don't know yet what your assignment
Well, that I don't know.
is. I have some checking around to do.
That I can't be
Look
sure
out there.
about.
Thanks, Stellar. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks, Stellar.
Maybe we can work in that dinner.
This man's very confusing. One minute he says he cares too much about his girlfriend. The next minute he's saying, let's go for dinner. He confuses me. I'm sure he'll continue to confuse us. Let's see, we've got the compost and it's flashing.
Wow, a message for me. I must be getting popular.
Something like that, Roger.
Wonder what it is.
Don't know if I would call it popularity though.
Wilco, Commander Kilbasa.
Hey, welcome to the stream, how are you?
Special assignment for you. A crew person of special skills is required on Delta Berxalon 5. In the spirit of StarCon cooperation, we have decided to offer them your assistance. Transport there immediately. Kilbasa out.
So Captain Kilbass is sending us to Delta Berxalon 5. That's what we want to know. Delta Berxalon. And that's where we're going. So, we'll have a quick look around our room first.
Thanks. Wait a minute. Where have I heard something like that before?
He spoke to his trousers. I didn't mean for him to speak to his
That's odd, you don't
trousers.
remember having a second pair of pants?
Apparently he doesn't wear more than one
You
pair.
had an evil twin from a parallel universe walking around the ship naked.
Yeah, we'll not entertain that possibility at the moment, will we?
It's a medical reference of janitor-specific ailments.
Yeah.
Diseases of the
There you go.
genitalia.
Diseases of the genitalia.
Now's no time to catch up on your reading.
We can't read it, unfortunately.
This poor dresser
Those
hasn't
secrets
worked
might have been
since they
useful.
hauled it on board. Wait, were you looking at yourself or at the bureau?
Well,
Well, same message either way.
that's nice of you. Thank you very much.
You saw this detailed diecast model of an early StarCon Solar Scout in Milky Way today. StarCon's in-flight magazine.
That's
It
clearly one of
seemed like
these
a great investment at the time.
You know, like you see all these commemorative plates and things like that.
Cow! It's your Golden Mop Award for your feats of
One of those.
in Space Quest 1.
Yes, we've got a golden mop
That mop is a piece
for
of your
Space Quest
history.
1.
You would no sooner carry it around than you would your cigar butt.
And we're not to carry it around with us. We've got a dead plant here. Not much we can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the intership transport to head to...
You get finger.
Oh yeah. The transporter. Number 4. We're travelling to the transporter room because we want to head to Delta Bergsalon. And yes, we'll confirm transport. Here we are.
Okay, I'm ready.
This time don't get me stuck in the floors. Make it so. Make it so. That looks better. I mean, except for the fact that he's going to land on his head. Oh, didn't land on his head. We were lucky. Here we have
Kielbasa and that other guy look
Commander
like
Kielbasa,
finishing up a conversation.
a giant anthropomorphic lion.
Fellows and I were just talking about you. Please report to Sharpay's quarters, Janitor Wilco. She is in need of someone with your special skill set. Be quick about it.
She needs me. Someone with my skill set. We already know where this is going, don't we? What else would you need a janitor for? Let's take the elevator. And we're going to go down to the quarters. And this very slow elevator. It's definitely not a turbo lift, as some people might think of it. There we are. So we're in quarters. And we leave the elevator. There's someone in bed.
Roger Wilco reporting as ordered, ma'am.
Wilco, you say?
Yeah, Roger Wilco, at your service.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Mr. Wilco, I expected you here some time ago. I've been kept waiting for minutes now.
Minutes?
I'm very sorry, Matt.
It's horrendous.
Ugh. Save the pathetic whimperings for your StarCon superiors, which I would expect includes everyone and everything on the food chain.
Including
over there.
Ma'am,
the trash
I may have-
compactors.
Young man, I lack the time, and most importantly,
Hello.
the patience
How are you today?
to indulge you as you wind your way from one excuse to the next. May we please just begin?
Sorry, but I wasn't briefed on what task.
It should be obvious, Roger. It should be obvious by now.
You are a janitor, Mr. Wilco. What do you think I want from you, a heart transplant? What has become of StarCon?
Do you not have your own janitor?
My fifth husband, Admiral Bluntfang, served. The crop of up-and-coming cadets seemed to have such promise. I recall
I'm not sure that we want to continue down the line of what's happening with her
Well, never mind that.
historic kind of...
But you...
Enjoyment
I
of
pray you
things.
do not typify what might be slithering down the halls of our formerly prestigious academy. That is one thing I do not...
I don't think you have to
recall
worry about that.
witnessing. Get to work, Miss.
I get the feeling that our friend Mr. Wilco
And a bucket right over there. I have no time to devote to
is
your...
not really typical of anything.
That would take a lifetime, and the most copious amount of patience a universe could muster. My life is soon to expire. Please, just clean. I must rest now.
She must rest. Okay, if you say so. Let's pick up the mop and get cleaning. Let's get cleaning.
Mr. Wilco, please rattle the handle on that commode. It is positively maddening.
We have to rattle the handle on her toilet.
You got it, Toot.
Careful there.
Right away, man.
Careful.
Whatever I can do.
Please do it. And quietly. I must have my rest.
Sure thing. Is that better?
Mr. Wilco, it is time for me to take my meds. Please, fetch
Fetch
my
some.
trisonic sortium. From the
Trisonic
medicine
sortium.
Yes, ma'am. Maybe I can get this old hag to overdose.
What was that, janitor?
Nothing, ma'am.
No,
I'll get
nothing.
this for you right away.
Nothing whatsoever. Just thinking out loud. So you want some medications, you say? Is the cabinet there?
I can't find her medicine. I don't think she knows what she's talking about.
Well, what's there? I think this was a trick. She tricked us.
Fully formed thought from Roger, it should be mentioned that there seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent.
Gas entering the room.
There seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent.
Yeah, well done for stating the obvious there, Roger.
World of deep- Ah, jeez.
And the door's stuck. And now we're gonna die. Unless we destroy this poor defenseless woman. Her bed. Come on. Come on, Roger. That's the way.
You give the piston a yank, and sure enough, it comes loose in your hands. Perhaps it was your raw strength. More than likely, it was defective.
More than likely, yeah. I think it's safe to say that raw strength and Roger are not things that mutually exist, really. I'm pretty certain. But there we go, we've got the elevator open with the old bed piston.
Override control causes the piston to strain against the door. It pushes a few inches and seems to strain at that point.
We can't get it open. What are we gonna do?
Wilco!
Stellar's rescuing me again.
Oh, hi, Stellar.
She was told not to do that.
There's no time to talk, Roger. We've got to get out of here now.
Let's go then.
1, 2,
2, 5. Oh no. Better watch.
3.
End up getting blown up. Oh no. She's trapped with the gas.
Just as you crash to the floor of the turbo shaft,
That's
the
not. No.
hypervisor piston gives
Stellar.
the door slams shut, with
What's that?
Stellar still trapped inside.
Come on.
You claw and pull at the seams of the
We have to
bulkhead
tear at
door,
it.
but to no avail. Just then, you hear and feel an explosion, which seems to have come from behind the door.
It's blown up. She's been blown up. Or is this all an elaborate ploy?
The door is sealed tight. You can hear no other noise after the ear ringing from the blast subsides.
My God. I can't believe this. It can't be
Why does he have to... He could be saying it out loud. It's not like... I was... Well, he was apparently, tied to... interested in somebody else anyway, so... What's the reason for this? Ah, looks like we're in some kind of holodeck.
That this is the Hollow Suite. The setting is much like the graphics you've scanned in the library from those planets more interesting in their climatic diversity. From the scenic jutting peaks, soft hills, and
Lovely.
in the
Lovely
distance
landscapes.
to the lush pixelized growth of trees, flowers, and grass in the foreground, the holodeck has that sublime park-like perfection.
It does.
Unfortunately,
It's
its
sublime.
serenity is sadly negated by the headstones and the solemn event about to occur. The laying to rest of your rescuer and true friend,
Stellar Santiago.
You are feeling as you have never felt before.
I feel like there was a better way for both of them to get through that door.
For the various ships, as well as all too brief friendships, you've been spared the emotional devastation of true loss by lack of attachment. This, however,
He's not too attached, so it's fine.
far different
It's
from
okay.
anything you've ever
He can get away with
You
not being
wonder
interested.
how you'd act towards Stellar given a second chance. but you know that can never happen. She gave her life.
It's over now.
And you will never be.
Never happening anymore.
Enough smarm already. Let's funeral.
Yeah,
Ladies
let's
and or gentlemen,
let's funeral.
we assemble here today to honor the memory of a former crewmate.
Looks like we've got Lord Voldemort leading the funeral,
Her unfortunate death takes place in the
mainly based on his
shadows
lack of a
of
nose.
the dawning of a new life for the aged of our galaxy.
It's a Harry Potter joke. Do you think, hey, Lord Voldemort has no nose. How does he smell? Horrible.
Tragic accident which took her from our midst.
I'm sure I'm not the first person that's made that joke, and I'm sure it wasn't funny the first time.
Must perish for some reason. There is no more honorable way. It is part of the oath we recite.
I mean,
Take to heart when we pledge our allegiance.
she had an accident while she was on duty, so it's good. What if the accident was her fault? You know, it'd still be good.
Mr. Wilco?
Yeah, I've got a few words I'd like to say. After I blow my nose on my clothes. We've got a eulogy in our pocket. And that's what we want to read out to all of our friends. I use the word friends loosely.
Short time. I wish I
He wishes he could have gotten to know her much better.
much better to have had a deeper understanding of this person. I was proud to have called friend.
Friend.
Of my friend, I can only say that
Friend.
of all the souls I have encountered in my cleaning, hers were the most scuff-resistant.
Scuff-resistant souls. That's what we're talking about when someone's died. Really? No! We're all gonna get sucked out into space! Oh, thank goodness. The hole he cut in the bottom of the ship is no longer there. What a strange way to have a funeral. Now we're all leaving. Enveloped in our own sadness. There goes the old commander. Up the spout. Lickety split. And there we are, so that's the funeral. As short as it was. Let's go to the mall. No, let's go back to our quarters. And grieve in peace. If we can. Yeah, sorry, yeah. We do want to confirm our transport. Hello, how are you today? Oh, we got a flash in our compost again. Which I think means we've got another message.
Wow.
I'm amazed they could use these sound
Must have been
effects.
popular. I wonder what it
A
is.
sound effect lifted directly from Star Trek.
Roger, help me. I only have a moment. They faked.
You can't miss those massive frown lines.
Gone. You're alive?
The transmission's terminated. You can see that on the screen if you'd look, Roger. She can't answer you. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to go and tell the commander that she's still alive. To do that, we have to go to the bridge and speak to the captain. The commander, excuse me. He's busy on his cat bed, I guess. Playing with his Super Nintendo controller.
Commander Kielbasa, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I've just received a distress message on my compost. And it was
Excuse
from
me.
Stellar.
Wilco, have you been whipping cleaning fluid again?
Well, probably, but, you know, he's also got a message from her.
As sane as I've ever been. She's being held on Delta Berxilon by Sharpay.
Sharpay? She didn't tell you that.
Realize how irrational that sounds?
All she told you was they faked.
You were
But that was it.
Maybe you need a rest. Take a couple of hours off.
A couple of hours.
Sir,
Wilco, we have our orders from StarCon and we'll be carrying them out. Drop it, Janitor. Leave the bridge now, Wilco. I've made my decision.
I guess we're not going to get anywhere with the captain right now. let's do some work. Do some work. So we're going to look at the database, and particularly the entity database. We're going to look at known races. And we're going to, number 4, S to Z, to look up the Vulgars. I think so, Vulcans, or perhaps Vulgars. I don't know, your choice. The Vulgars are a peaceful race of brilliant and logical thinkers, whose only real joy in life is to stride around the galaxy with superior attitudes and correct other people's grammar and spelling. That sounds like the Vulcans. They also enjoy designing outer space strategy simulation games. This makes them nearly as insufferable as university academicians. Excuse me. But not as well paid. Considering their placid and studious lifestyle, it's interesting to note that the Vulgars have developed an extremely practical martial arts move technique called the Vulgar Nerve Pinch. This is a tactile, oral maneuver in which the pincher pinches the bundle of nerve fibers at the base of the neck, while whispering dialogue from either Tango and Cash or Hudson Hawk. Unless you're singing the Would You Like to Swing on a Star from Hudson Hawk, I'm not interested. This particular combination of stimuli results in a searing flash of pain and then unconsciousness, which can last for several hours. The technique is demonstrated in Holojoint Program 555-1212. Yeah, oh, by the way, Hudson Hawk, it's actually a film worth watching, if you're ever interested. So there we go, we know about this martial arts maneuver. So what we're going to do is we're going to head off to the Holosuite. Wait, what was going on there? Look, he's just crawling round in a circle. Like a cat might. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go to the Holo Cabana. You called it the Holosuite before, but it's the Holo Cabana. Let's go back. We want to look at program 555-1212. Come on, Roger, get your clothes back on. There we are. It's funny how no one else's clothes go off, isn't it? So we want to enter 555-1212. And learn the Vulgar Nerve Pinch.
Welcome to Holosuite program 555-1212, the Vulgar Nerve.
With a nice green alien master.
Despite our reputation for being pacifist, we Vulgars have developed an
Are those supposed to be giant ears? Do you think those are supposed to be giant ears?
Mainly for defensive purposes. It is called the Vulgar Nerve Pinch.
Sure.
This is a tactile oral maneuver.
Yeah, we know this already.
The plier pinches the bundle of nerve fibers at the base of the neck while whispering into the victim's ear dialogue from either
Tango and Cash was a good film too. I do prefer Hudson Hawk.
This particular combination of nerve
There's a few quite funny sort of sections in it.
Cerebral control due to the torturous mantra of movie dialogue results in a searing flash of pain.
Pain and unconsciousness.
In effect, it is similar to a temporary orally induced
An orally induced lobotomy.
Victims are soon rendered unconscious for several hours. When they awake,
Some music feels that way too nowadays.
nothing of how they came to be unconscious, if they are extremely lucky. I shall demonstrate on my most eager volunteer.
We're going to get a demonstration.
You will please to pay attention.
Which film will he do a quote from?
Address the subject in this manner.
Please do.
Please to notice the location of my hand as I begin the narcotic chant of cinematic
This is
motion.
hands located on his right shoulder.
He mutters something thankfully unintelligible.
Oh, thank goodness.
in the ear of the
Thank
volunteer.
goodness. That potentially is a Tango and Cash line. Something about the sister, I'm sure I heard that. Ho ho ho!
As you can see, it is
Some interesting
very
laughter.
effective if you can apply a proper grip to the neck It will disable 9 out of 10 neck-bearing species.
But what if that species doesn't have a neck? Ahaha! Then we have a problem.
Completes our program. Think of it.
Thank you. So we're going to go elsewhere now. Let's go to 8 rear. Kind of like 10 forward, but it's the back of the ship. If you've watched Star Trek The Next Generation, those lines will make sense. If you haven't, what's 10 forward? Who knows? Who have we got? So we've got an android-looking guy.
Hello, Roger. Please join me in consuming something.
Consuming something.
Thanks, Sydney.
What kind of something, Sydney?
Say what? Upright?
Something slightly bothered me.
Sydney?
See, he calls him Sydney with a Y in the writing, but on there his name's Sydney with an I.
More effective to say that you seem
Why?
Oh,
Did they have 2 different people doing the subtitles?
well, at least something on my mind.
I am sorry to hear this. I hope your concerns are soon alleviated.
Thanks, Sid.
I hope so too,
I do have to
Sydney.
come up with some
I hope so too. Sydney of the 2 different spellings.
Sydney, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you.
Flame away, Roger. You know I
Flame away.
appendage if you needed it.
Would you? Oh, that's good to know.
That, Sydney? I kind of have this situation where that
'Cause I could use it.
item could come in handy.
Really? Well, I was
No, 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 no. No, no, no. You said you would.
Great friend, Sydney.
You said you'd give me your right appendage. Now you have to do it.
Enough, Sydney.
Otherwise, what kind of friend are you?
Well, if you
Eh?
really are seriously
Give me your
in
arm.
need of it, I suppose I could lend it to you.
Lend... I
You
would...
will get it right back to me, won't you, Roger?
Sure. I'm sure we
Yeah,
will.
You bet your nut flanges, Sydney.
But we're not finished. No, no. We'll have your arm, but maybe you could give us something else.
Sydney, I kind of need another favor. I need one of your eyes.
Let's take his eye, too.
Pardon me, Roger. For a second, I thought you said you also wanted one of my eyes. I must have my auditory circuits diagnosed.
No, you don't need to. We have actually asked you for that, Sydney.
I could use one of your eyes.
Are you certain, Roger?
Absolutely.
Well, I guess
Absolutely.
if you really need it.
Oh, I do. I really do, Sydney. You're a mechanized lifesaver.
You will return them soon, right, Roger?
Yes,
Of
yes,
course, Sydney.
definitely.
Real soon. Listen, I've
They'll
got
be
a
in one
business
piece and
I've got to
everything.
attend to. I'll see you soon. Thanks, Sydney.
As long as you say it will be soon, Roger.
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
how
yeah,
soon is
see you
soon?
Sydney.
You know, how soon are we talking about? Because now you have no eye and no leg, and I'm going to leave you now. Because that's all I wanted. Some friend Roger is, eh? Some friend Roger is. He just comes along and says, give me your eye, give me your arm. See you later. So now we're going to travel to sickbay, which is number 3 on our list here. And confirm our transport to sickbay. Roger needs to get some clothes that fit him better, I think, guys. So there's a couple of things we need to do in sickbay. We want to go here. I think it's here.
It's soft yet firm.
Yeah, that's exciting news, but what I need is to open the drawers. Okay, we get it.
It's a medibunk. This is where all ill or injured crew members are treated. It's also where they bring
It's a
all the guys in the
medibunk.
red shirts, or what's left of them,
The
after they've
guys in the
suffered
red
a
shirts.
natural calamity.
Nothing left of the guys in the red shirts, I would imagine.
Many things rest on the center console. Most of them are merely non-functional screen dressing. Pretty cool looking, eh?
Oh yeah, lovely.
Many things rest.
Yeah, we get it. Can we get anything out of here?
It feels slightly grit.
There are some things we need to get. I'm just trying to think. We need to go in here. And there we find... What's that? Some morphine, or is it morphine? It might be morphine then again. They do change the names of things here, so it's hard to be entirely certain. Now, what we want to do is use a vulgar nerve pinch on this guy.
Don't touch that. Don't touch. That's delightfully.
Oh no, wait a minute, no. No, we don't have to use the vulgar nerve pinch, we just needed to steal some morphine. Which we've now stolen. Because actually what we need is we need to get off the ship. And to get off the ship, well, we can't transport because they're not going to let us, obviously. But what we can do to get off the ship is head to the shuttle bay and borrow, I said borrow, a shuttle. So let's confirm transportation. Let's get the heck out of here. Okay, so we have two guards, one that's very large, and one that's a bit smaller. Obviously we've learned about our vulgar nerve pinch, and it's useful because we want to do it on this guy. Not sure this is a great idea.
Ooh, boy, I got you with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. Now you can't get away. I got you now that you've got a hard to believe this is a real job.
Does he know any lines from the films?
And I got you with your mumble jumbo and your hobbit chubby. Ooh, boy.
I don't know if he does.
If I only could, I would. Jeez, why don't you step outside, pal? I got you with this and I have a fingernail here.
Yeah, well done. You've knocked out the guard. The other one, though... Well, he doesn't seem to have a neck, so that could cause a problem. And now we're in jail. We're in jail, guys. Look at all this food. And a donut just to finish it off. Oh, he's got his gun leveled at me.
You are very fortunate to not be a prisoner on one of those Cervic cruisers. They'd have you eaten your...
Cervic?
Never mind. You don't need
Yeah,
to
I
do
don't.
that right
I
before
probably
you
don't
eat
want to hear that.
Sure.
That's
Ooh,
probably
you
true.
go on a little.
You go on a little, do you? Well, let's take the food. And let's go in our pockets. Now, this was one of the kind of funnier puzzles in the game that I always remember. Which is that you can create a Roger out of all the bits of food.
Careful, combining.
If I can just remember how to do it,
Careful.
then we'll be sorted out. So what we want is to take those.
Careful, combining the.
Is there anything else in our... Oh, and attach them to these.
Now it has some cool ears.
And now it has some cool ears. Which also look a little bit like legs. Now what we want to do is take that and attach it to this.
The rack of a rat adds a
The rack of a rat. Of Orat or a rat? Well, it's probably much the same to Roger. Following that, we need to use these. Put them on.
Interesting idea. Something's starting to take shape. What are you up to, Roger?
And that creates some arms. So we have some arms now. And then we want hands. Well, what do we have that looks like hands? Well, not really, but it's probably the closest thing because we don't want to use this.
Attachment of that adds something more to your work in progress.
Isn't that exciting? Obviously, the melon is going to be
How creative.
a head. And the pasta will be our hair.
That's a nice touch.
Isn't that lovely? So we want to take that, and we want to put it there.
Whoa, I see you have a visitor. I'll leave you two alone, but you know the rules.
Did you let in a
4
visitor?
minutes and they have to
Think,
leave.
my friend, think. Did you let him have a visitor?
Dorf's so vain about wearing his prescribed much thicker glasses. That was too close. I nearly dampened an undergarment.
And the food tray's gone. I think we might have made a mistake. I think we've gotten trapped, guys. I think I've made a mistake. Because I can't get out. We were supposed to hide under there. And now I'm trapped. Hey, what the heck? That bed's moving on its own. Let's make a quick save while we're waiting. We should have a visit shortly. Here he comes. Another donut. Oh yeah, look, there's like a ghostly creature in there. That's why the thing was moving. It's like a skull.
Golly,
Ripping at the fabric of space.
might be worth becoming a prisoner for. Yeah, like I'd sure want to be in your position. Not.
Yeah, look, if all the food we're getting now is a donut. Yeah, so we want to hide under here. Your visitor's gone. And he notices that the donut has not been eaten.
Nice work. Sometimes you actually surprise me.
Well, thanks for that. I'm glad that I can do something right now and again. I don't need 2 donuts. So now, we try again with the shuttle bay. And hopefully this time, we can escape. In order to do this, what we want to do, first of all, is inject some morphine
Good thinking.
into the donut. That's what we need. We place the donut on the stack of other food that this guard has. And then what do we do? We wait. He just turned into a frog. And he's dancing away. He's a Tasmanian devil. And now he's a cow. A space cow, of course, not a real cow, just a space cow. What's he now? What is he now? Now he's a statue. Pouring water on the floor. And now he's Elton John! Of course he is. He had to be Elton John, didn't he? And now he's dead. No one, he's not dead. He's very unconscious. And now we do the nerve pinch again. Because we know it works on this guy.
Ooh, boy, I got you with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. Now you.
And we don't need to listen to this again, do we? He's down. Okay.
Smooth move. You've got
He's
his
down.
brain.
Now what we need to do is use this. Oh yeah, no, we want to use that We're pressing the buttons and we're nowhere near the door. And it worked, apparently. Stretching out in the middle of there, nowhere near the doors, allowed us to do what we needed to do. Open the curtain and the door, and we're in the shuttle bay. So here we have a handful of ships. We've got the old Enterprise shuttle. We've got something that looks more like a dropship from Aliens. I'm not entirely sure. Buck Rogers, maybe? Yeah, we've got a variety of interesting ships. But what we want to do is we want to use the keyring to tell us which ship we have, and it's this one. So let's go. Let's get in the ship.
If you were aiming for the shuttle hatch, you missed. But if you just wanted to inspect the hull of the shuttle for microfractures and embedded particulate matter, you were incredibly successful.
Good. Did I find any? Okay, let's get on. Let's get into the shuttle. Here it is. This shuttle is full of trash.
This tank of emergency oxygen serves an incredibly important purpose.
Yeah, I guess it...
It ensures that the shuttle's hatch makes a neat hissing
That's what
sound
it does.
when it opens and closes.
Makes that noise that we're so used to in various science fiction films.
Gee, you finally decide to do some janitoring. Great timing.
I thought as I was here that it might be a good idea.
Gee, you finally decide to do some janitoring. Great timing.
That's good, but what I want is... Well, we need to take off at some point. What have we got? We've got a recall notice.
It's the recall notice.
That doesn't tell me much of anything, does it?
It feels
slightly gritty.
You suppress an urge.
Which is a regular thing that he has to say. Okay. So on this recall notice, we've got some symbols. A cross with two lines through. This thing that looks like a man. A strange looking stick man type thing playing basketball, look. We've got a backwards N with another line. A Z, or Z, depending how you wish to pronounce these things, with a vertical line. A circle and a circle with a dot in it. The circle there has like a line up to the right. We've got another kind of squashed X with a line to its right. It almost looks like a stick man standing on a wall. We've got the letter T with some balls, a small N with a line, and a U with another line and a cross symbol there. Let's bear those things in mind, because they could be useful. Is there anything there? What's that?
Don't touch that. We don't know where you've been.
Well, we know where we've been so far in the game. Anyway, we want to sit down because we want to get out of here, if we can. Anyone know what any of this means? I don't. I don't. What I want to do is press this button.
The power is not currently on.
And this button is not working, so we want to turn the power on first, which makes sense. The screen's over there. Is that what we want? We want to press the ICD button. So here we need to activate our fuel tank. So what we need to do is we need to set what the fuel is. So as you can see, the current code, confirmation code, is lasagna. So what we're looking to do is have periodic table elements whose, symbol obviously in the periodic table, so like oxygen's O, and so on and so on. So we want to make out lasagna. Obviously that's not doing that right now. So we look for something which begins with La or L. It's not nitrogen, or neptunium, or cobalt, or barium, or praseodymium, or iron. But it is lanthanum. Lanthanum being, I believe, La. Next we need, if I think it through... Well, no, sulfur actually works. La, La-S. So lanthanum and sulfur is correct. AG would be silver, of course. And NE, well, neon would be correct, wouldn't it? For NE. Yes, it is. So now if we press the initiate button,
It wouldn't be prudent to...
we've confirmed our intermix. What's in here, by the way? Got some glue, a winch, and some duct tape, which we need. Duct tape is always useful. Oh, I didn't pay attention to the fact that I needed to do a retinal scan. That's right. Initiate that. What I need to do is take the... where's the eye? This eye. Put it there.
See if this sucker works.
Because I wasn't paying attention to that part, which was a little bit silly. But, you know, we know what we're doing. Hi there. How are you? But now there's an alarm. Oh no! We have stormtroopers and they're not shooting at anything. And it doesn't matter anyway because they can't hit anything. Give me my fish again? I thought, where did my fish go? I thought I always had the fish. This is a recurring joke in the game. Hey, here's your fish! Here we go. A nice and slightly differently rendered cutscene for our shuttle taking off. Which is interesting enough in itself. So we've taken off away from the giant jockstrap.
Janitor Wilco, what are you doing? You have no authorization to take that shuttle. To make matters worse, you have launched into the middle
I
of super
scoff at your authorization requirements.
You will turn that ship around immediately and head back to the shuttle bay. Do you understand, Wilco?
I mean, it's not a case of understanding.
Bite me, Commander.
Well, I don't know if we want to do that. He is, after all, lying.
We're having a little problem.
Come on, you've stolen a shuttle. What difference does it make if you're being nice to him now or not?
With all due respect, sir, I did plead with you not to leave Stellar behind. Sir, I sense that something's just not right with that community. I don't
You might be right, Roger. You might be right.
Can't leave her there. I'm going to do this, sir, regardless of the consequences. Stellar saved my life not once, but twice. I owe her.
Well, that was her own stupid mistake. I demand that you return at once, Wilco.
Such a nice commander, isn't he?
Surrender now.
He really is.
Will be taken into consideration during your disciplinary hearing.
Oh, that'll help you load.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir, but I just can't.
A disciplinary hearing. I've already been busted down to janitor.
Wilco, you fool!
I am. He is a fool. We know this. We know Roger Wilco's a fool.
Just then, the shuttle is sucked into the
He manages to
anomaly. Communication with the
get
DJ
by
is
somehow.
interrupted.
But he is and always has been a fool. Still, here we are. In space. He is, in fact, the space janitor. In space. Is that the thing now? We're going to drop a line into everything. Space janitors in space. Okay, so we've been sucked into an anomaly. And now it would appear that the ship is totally dead. So what are we going to do? What we're going to do is hit that blue button that's flashing at us insistently. That'll give us some help. I use the word help loosely.
Sir, I am unable to access the navigational computer. I am guessing that it may have overloaded just as the divalium crystal somehow went offline.
You would guess correctly.
As repairs have been made and the shuttle engines have been refired, I believe
Oh,
I can follow
sorry.
the deep ship's ion trail back to Delta Berxalon 5.
I don't think you can.
That would be quite cool, Manuel. You sure about that?
Once the divalium crystal has been
We have to repair the divalium crystal.
established and
Divalium, not
I
dilithium.
am
Lithium and Valium, of course, being two medications
Why only 97?
for very specific purposes.
I judge 97.2% to sound more hip to our audience than would 100. You would have to mention it.
Is it hip?
Sorry.
Hip. Yeah, this is comes with the time. I think this game was released in 1995, at the height of kind of Sierra's popularity, long before they were purchased by Vivendi, who obviously continued some of their kind of series. Anyway, that's irrelevant for now. We already opened the glove box, so we've taken everything from in there. What we need to do is, well, first of all, we need to get up. What I need is to go outside the ship. In order to do that, I obviously need a spacesuit and helmet. Take the helmet, Roger, take the helmet. Because we don't want to go outside without a helmet on, that would be bad. We want to go in our pockets and we want to wear the suit.
It just doesn't work that way.
No, we don't put the helmet on first. Obviously not, actually that makes sense, because with a spacesuit, generally speaking, you put the helmet onto the suit, not the suit onto the helmet. Looks much better already, Roger. Much, much better. There we are, one spacesuit.
The shuttle feels flimsy.
So now, well actually first, I think I need to...
It would be rather hard to do.
Yeah, I haven't thought that through. Because what I need to do now is take off the spacesuit, because I need to actually open the...
It would be...
No, I need to take the whole suit off. I didn't think that through, did I? I need to actually open... I saw the buttons there and I just didn't do it.
My sole purpose is to help you, sir.
That's good, but what I need to do is open the trunk.
You pull the handle and hear something.
I need to open the hood. Now we can't see. But that's what we wanted. Now we can put our spacesuit on, because obviously I can't really do much fixing of the ship if
Maybe you should.
if I haven't opened the access hatches. So there we go, spacesuit on. Helmet on. And out we go.
The shuttle.
Come on, we need to open the airlock. Sometimes that system with right-clicking to choose the option can be a little frustrating. But I think we've managed it okay. Just there. So what we want to do is head round to the trunk to get this stuff. What do we have? We have jump cables. And what's this? Let me close the trunk. There's nothing else in the trunk for us. So in our pockets now we have some jump cables.
Jumper cables. That sure doesn't make you feel real secure about this spacecraft if those are standard equipment.
Well, jump cables are always a good thing to have just in case. I'm not sure how they'd work on a spaceship.
It's the help sign.
And we've got a help sign. So first of all, we want to attach a help sign to our ship, because we might need assistance. And now we wait. With some tasteful elevator music. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those games that's quite interesting in the way everything kind of works. Sierra had this habit of putting together some pretty good games of this sort of type. I know that they had some involvement in things like the Goblins series, which Cocktail did. Things like Betrayal at Krondor, great game. And just really various other kind of various other kind of games that were really very good at that time. You know, the kind of mid... You know, I mean, they started from kind of the 80s, mid to late 90s probably was the highest end of their kind of development, if you like.
You look like
like you could use a little.
What do we have here? Wrigley.
Is there anything I can do?
And a ship
yes,
that
there
looks
is.
very familiar.
Well, you just name it, I guess.
It seems I've stalled my engines. Could you give me a jump? I have cables.
I'd jump you in a heartbeat, Dollface. I guess you must have got caught up in that anti-anomaly. They can be a real pain in the... Well, anyway, let's get it done.
Yeah, let's get it done. Get it done. So what we're doing right now is we're going to attach our jumper cables between the two ships.
Well, here's your end of the cables.
I'll let you know when I'm all hooked up.
Okay, you do that.
Contact.
Oh yeah. Some slight innuendo here, but we'll let it fly. Okay, so where do we want to put the red cable? Some symbols here. Oh yeah, the positive symbol was on the one that looked like the letter. Hold on. This is the recall notice.
It reads, "Dear Ham."
Yeah, etc, etc. Please match the plus cable with the plus terminal. Follow the same procedure for the minus cable. Yeah, but can we... Oh, hang on. You know, that is it.
You get finger.
Can I not look at it again?
It's the recall. It reads, "Dear Ham."
Oh, what symbol was it? I think... So the red cable, which... I believe is the positive. I think it goes there. And the negative was on... Do you know, I actually can't remember. I think it was on the circle.
Okay, Manuel. We're all hooked up. Give it a try.
But it might have been the other way round. No, looks like we did it right. From memory, no less.
Bye-bye, Sugar Bunny. I gotta be running along.
Oh, what's this?
Hey, thanks for stopping to help me.
Yeah, thanks, Wrigley.
See ya.
Have a nice trip. Have a nice trip. Oh, she might not have a nice trip after all. Yeah, see you later, Xenomorph. Oh no. That's the Nostromo heading out. I guess. Right, let's rescue this fish that those crazy stormtroopers gave us. Thanks for the fish, guys. So long, and thanks for all the fish. There we go. So we've fixed the ship. What else do we have here?
The shuttle.
We have this. This will be the divalium crystal. What we want to do is take the crystal.
It feels nice. It feels.
Yeah, it feels nice. Okay, very nice. Very good, Roger.
It feels.
Okay, is there anything else?
It feels.
There must be a bit that we need to fix.
Wow. Crystal seems to have broken. I swear it wasn't me.
Now we're in deep.
Hey, I've gotten us this far, haven't I?
Yeah, but we're still in deep doo-doo.
What a wonderful place
Deep
it is.
doo-doo, as they might say.
How did I get hooked up in this deal? My agent's going to be hearing from me big time.
I think your agent's taking the money and run, mate. To be quite honest. Anyway, we can fix things quite easily. We want some glue, which we'll put on the gem. We need to find...
It feels...
Don't screw.
No.
Don't screw. Don't.
We need to find another part of the gem. There are two parts to this gem. Finding the right part's difficult.
It feels nice.
Yeah. Very good, Roger. Can we just...
It feels...
Can you stop saying it feels nice and just do something?
You drool.
No, we don't want to drool.
The compartment crystal has been glued already.
That's good. The difficulty is we need to... Oh, yeah. If I do this and open the data recorder, hands, there's a crystal just here. So we take this crystal, we get rid of this, exit that. We want to take this little crystal. I don't need to do that. And we want to place it on the crystal that's there already.
Boy, wouldn't it be cool if that really worked?
Well, it will work if you just let me do it.
That's an interesting...
It's an interesting idea. Yeah, it is, but what we're missing, of course,
all over the crystal.
is that we need to make sure the crystal's going to stick. That's my mistake that we've resolved, and now it should work.
You hold the glue-coated segment to the broken Devallium crystal for 10 seconds to set the glue.
And we fixed it. Now, in a real situation, not that there is any real situation where we're using crystals as some kind of fuel in terms of this kind of thing. But in a real world situation, I don't think glue is going to help.
Good work, sir. I believe I can now follow the ion trail of Deep Ship 86 back to Delta Berxalon 5.
Great. Make it so. Now, I seem to remember there was a point after this, when I used to play this game on the PC, when it first came out, believe it or not, that there was a point in the game where this would crash. I'm hoping that this time I actually managed to get beyond this part of the game, and the game doesn't crash, because that would be very helpful. Because I always got this far, and I don't think I was that far from the end, to be honest, whenever I did this. So let's have a look. We're in the docking bay. Sitting on the docking bay. I'll tell you what we're going to do, because I remember the game crashing at this point. We're going to have a quick save, which I think is a good idea, under the name of Supernautus, of course. Because I would rather... I'd rather not take the chance otherwise. So we're going to go to the lab. I should say the GOG version of this game, which I'm running, requires the use of ScumVM, because a lot of these games won't run otherwise, especially on a modern computer. So it's a purchased game, in case you're wondering, but yeah, GOG uses the ScumVM version of the game. Which makes some sense, because otherwise a lot of these things will not run properly on a modern system, as I say. And that's how a lot of adventure games get viewed now on these kind of platforms. So let's talk to Dr. Bellows, I guess.
Well, Doc, I got a distress call.
Yeah.
Why are you?
I got a distress call, Doctor.
Because I know
that is your real name.
In fact, it was from Stellar Santiago.
You're out of your mind, Wilco.
I'm out of my mind.
Leave me alone. I've got important work to do.
Many things have been said about Roger before like that, and I'm sure he won't be the last person to tell him that that's what's happening.
You'll be sorry, pal.
Yes, whatever you say, Wilco. Just get out of my face.
Just get out of my face. Go on. Out of my face, buddy. Is that all you're going to say? Just get out of my face. Well, I'm going to just rifle through your high-tech stuff. If that's what you're going to say. What can we take? We don't want that.
You have no use for that.
I have no use for that. Oh. A Callahan Moddy? Is that going to be like Dirty Harry?
It feels slightly...
I think that's probably all there is inside this box, to be quite honest. Don't think there's much else that we can get from here. We've got the Moddy, so let's leave.
The door is a microbe-safe biofilter with quasi...
Yeah, I know. I know we won't get it open by hand. You can't open it by hand alone. We have to press a button instead. So now we have to go back to our ship for now. For now. Yeah, calling this a turbo lift would be a lie. Because that it definitely is not. We need to go into the cockpit here because what we want to do see, unfortunately it does launch us back into space. But it's fine. What we wanted was that moddy.
I believe I may be able to tap myself into the PTS and perform a limited set of functions.
PTS?
Yes, sir.
PTS?
PTS.
Oh, yes.
Photo triangulation system.
We can guess what this is going to be like.
Installed as a crude backup navigational device to the modern navigation.
We've kind of had a system like this in Gemini Rue.
Before you mount it in the middle view screen.
Only this one obviously won't be quite as serious as that. So yeah, we want to run the PTS system, photo triangulation system that is, and we want to press the PTS button at the top here. That's going to give us a photograph. And that's what we want. And we want to press that button one more time, which will give us a second photograph. And have a look at those photographs.
You peel apart the photo and negative from your first PTS image.
We take the negatives off the photographs.
You peel apart the photo and negative from the second PTS image.
And now we've taken both the photos and the negatives are now separate. What we want to do now
It's the first positive image.
is we want to take the first positive image, as in the actual photograph,
Excellent.
and we put it, if I remember rightly, on here. Then we want the second negative,
It's the negative from the second.
which is that one. We place it over the image, and those two separate images triangulate the location
PTS is online and working.
of polysorbate.
Launch to polysorbate.
We've been there already, polysorbate 60, but apparently he needed to know how to get there. That would be, of course, because Roger isn't the captain, he's a janitor, and janitors probably don't have that. So we're going to polysorbate 60, and let's warp away. So we're back. Back where we were at the beginning of the game, polysorbate 60. And our score is 357. Let's talk to Manuel
Do for you, sir.
and ask him to
Step
beam us
over to the
down.
transport pad and I will beam you down to the surface of polysorbate.
Yeah, can we try not to get buried in the ground this time? That'd be great. When you're ready.
Manual tosses you a transport signaler.
Oh, thank
You
you.
can only use this from the place I beam you to.
So I have to get right back to the exact location you beamed me to. Well, that's fine. Hopefully we'll manage to do that quite easily. So we've beamed down right here, and look, that beam down was completely uneventful. It's amazing. Now what we're looking for, of course, is the cyberjack that we needed to get so that we could find out more. So head to implants and stuff, and we'll get cyberjack. Let's talk to this guy.
Oh, a nice fresh sales.
I completely dodged his sales pitch. Sorry about that. Let's try again.
Go ahead and look around, partner.
Look around, partner.
I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have about my fine line of merchandise. Yes, sir. Have a look.
What do we have here? We have an abnormal. Is that a brain? With airbag. Fresh. And we've got lobe piercing for 10 buckazoids. Frontal lobe piercing, of course. In case you were thinking it was something sensible. I'm afraid there's no chance of that. Let's have a look at this. Brain dead products.
For decades now.
Adapter
We make
plugs.
A fine line of adapter plugs which allow for cross-species component swapping.
Cross-species
You'll be able to pick up parts anywhere
component
other
swapping.
exist. Nice deal, huh?
Great deal. Let's do
They
it.
also make a pretty fine moddy. Get tired of what kind of mood your droid or spouse for that matter is in? Why, you just slap in one of those babies and bingo! You can modify them into a whole new attitude. Find a wife type who won't pay some big buckazoids for that.
Well,
Too bad the sale of them is illegal. About all I do is trade for them.
so I can trade for it.
Loopholes, guess you could say. Kinda developed a
Which is where the
hobby
moddy
for
we just found comes in. Because if I go in my pockets and pick up this Callahan moddy, we look at it for a moment.
It's the Callahan moddy you scavenged from Delta Berksalon.
It's an exciting moddy. So we take this modification chip, we give it to him, because he can only trade
Hello
for the
there, Mr.
Cyberjacks.
Wax. I think I have something you might be
I think he might like
interested in.
this.
Think so, hey?
Oh, I really think you'll find it interesting.
Let's hope so.
Ooh. Why, I'd love to take
Fester
that.
Blatz is actually a returning character. He was in the third game.
Of course, you realize that it's illegal to sell those, but I could trade you for something. Look around and see what interests
Well, I'll tell you what interests me.
I could really use a cyberspace.
A cyberspace jack.
Tell you what, I'll trade you for one of those fine specimens in the case. What do you say?
No.
I say I want a jack.
Or it's no deal.
Oh, now take it easy, Sonny. I think we can do business.
It's going to be a rubbishy one, isn't it? It's going to be a terrible one. There's your Callahan moddy. Now give me the jack.
I'm glad you see it my way. It's been a pleasure. Take care, Fester. I gotta fly.
Thanks for dropping me the jack, buddy. I got the jack. So that's all we really wanted to come here for. What we need to do now is head back to the beam down point, because now we've got our Cyberjack. The only trouble is, I don't know where we're going to use it now, because where we were going to use it was obviously, I think we beamed down about here. So I need to use the, no, that's the Cyberjack. We need to use this to beam back up to the ship. So there we are. And he's beamed himself from there to the chair again. Now we need to go back to Delta Berksalon, because we can't obviously go back to the ship.
Is my command, sir.
What we want to do is travel back to Delta Berksalon 5, where we'll be able to use a Cyberjack. Because we want to get onto the information superhighway. It's amazing how complicated they made this. Mind you, a lot of VR technology now, or AR technology in particular, does a lot of this sort of stuff, doesn't it? Gets you on the internet. You don't need it to get on the internet, of course. Or should we say the information superhighway? Because, of course, they did call it that. They did call it that for a little while at that point in time. Obviously they had different feelings about how everything was going to work at that point in time. And we know what it is now. That's all we really need to say about that, I think. So yeah, we're going to continue on back to here. And plug in our jack. Yes, let's go back here. So the doctor's still not here. We need to use his computer. Well, the doctor's there, actually. But we need to use his computer so that we can jack in. And I'm not going to make the obvious jacking jokes here. If you'll excuse me. Don't even think about it. We want to insert the cyberspace jack. Just there. and beam into the information superhighway. Okay, we've got kind of an interesting looking place. Almost like an Escher painting, I guess. All we can do is walk along and hope we can reach where we need to go. So it's an information superhighway, but it's a tangle of... Oh look, we've got some bird seed.
Forget it. You don't resemble that bird. Well, except for the pin feathers in those chicken legs of yours.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for all your assistance. And all your nice, kind words. Come on, keep going, Roger. We just need to keep walking. Okay, just keep walking. Yeah, see, this is obviously, it's a confusing mass of varying roads, all of which Roger has to traverse carefully. Or carelessly, because let's be honest, he doesn't do anything carefully, this man. He just makes mistakes and causes problems. But then what else do you expect? Here we go, we keep walking up. Yeah, it's obviously a joke that they're trying to run, which suggests everything's a tangle. At least it's not a series of tubes. Or is it? Is it a series of tubes? Yeah, we should... It's a confusing little path. But you know, we're getting somewhere, at least. Across the bridge. The old information superhighway. If only it was like this, Said nobody ever. Okay, well it looks like we've made our way to a path. Oh, we've got a path now to some kind of office. Okay, so, pardon our dust, future site of the Information Superhighway Executive Offices. Opens never. Never.
Don't touch that.
We don't know where I've been, what is it?
A rag hangs from the sawhorse. Who knows what it last wiped out?
I'm not entirely sure what it last did. We have got a screwdriver on the ground, so we'll have that. Have it. There's also is that something we can take? Oh, little dust devil.
Bet you can't fit that thing in your pants.
I'm willing to give it a try if you are.
It does fit. There must be plenty of spare room in there.
Yeah, well. That's exciting. Well, let's go in the office. Oh look, it's one of those old Windows, what's a Windows sound? We've got two dead people here. Something tells me I might be waiting a while.
Does your number match the one shown by the counter?
Yes.
No, I don't seem to have that one, but...
Oh, I am sorry, sir. Strangely enough, there's no provision for buts in this system.
Is there not?
You either have the number shown.
Where's the paperclip? Can we talk to the paperclip? Can he sort this out for us? Can he help us?
The calling of your number.
I don't even know what his name was. Was it Clippy? I don't know.
I have important things to do.
Well, you don't, because clearly you've not been letting anyone through. So... I'll take a number. What number am I? I'm number 3 and she's currently serving number 5. Sure thing. Why not? Let's unless
You summon.
we want to take... Yeah, we want to fix this up so that we can actually get to speak to somebody. So we just adjust things until it's serving number 3. Number 3 is us. So let's give her our number. And maybe we can actually speak to somebody.
Does your number match the one shown by the counter?
Yes, it does.
As a matter of fact, I do possess that number.
Read it and weep.
Read it and weep, Pixel Woman.
Oh no, you can't possibly.
Hey, guess what? Yes, I can.
Oh. Well,
You just didn't want to do any work, did you? You just didn't want to do any work.
You bet your pallet, little 32 by 32 pixel mama.
Didn't want to do any work. Okay, so we have access now to the file room. The file room being quite useful in order for us to get access to, well, you guessed it, files. So what are we looking for in these files? I can tell you. We are looking for old Nigel Rancid. If we can find him. So Nigel Rancid's clearly going to be down this aisle, I would say. Or can we take this fire extinguisher?
Nothing's burning. What's wrong with you?
Well, it could be useful for later.
That wouldn't prove. You summon the...
So we're going to walk down here. Okay, so we want Nigel Rancid. He's going to be under the letter R for Rancid. What's that? There's like a lock on that whole section.
You pinch yourself to make...
Man, these filing cabinets are a mess. Even I could keep them up better than this.
You're back.
Okay, Roger, if you say so. Okay, so we're looking for the letter R for Rancid. Oh, that's just there. Now, what we have to do, believe it or not, is we have to create kind of a staircase which will allow us to get up to there in order that we can open this drawer and pick up Nigel Rancid's file. That's his file. I'll be back in just one moment, guys. I just need to do something very quickly. One moment, and we'll continue. Sorry about that, guys. We're back, and we'll get continuing with the stream. So we've got Nigel Rancid's file. If we take a quick look at that file, it says Nigel Rancid and his brother Singent are hired thugs. Most recently, the Rancid brothers have been employed by Dr. Hayden Bellows and Sharpay of the Golden Light Years retirement community on Delta Berxilon 5. Cross-referencing Bellows, Sharpay, and Santiago.
Looks like interesting reading.
Does that mean we have to go and get all these other files? I think we might have to get all these other files. I'm not entirely sure. So what we need to do now is we need to go and find this one for Bellows. Oh, wait a minute. Santiago and Sharpay. So actually, no, it would make more sense. That's P. We don't...
Wouldn't be prudent.
Excuse me. So we wanted Santiago and Sharpay. We'll walk this way. Can we not go... Oh, west to Z's the other way, isn't it? So yeah, we need to go back. We need to find a couple of different folders now. We need to track down many more folders. We need to go down the next aisle for the two of them. the Sharpay and Santiago files. Oh, can we take that?
That file
Doesn't want to open. I guess somebody else tried to wedge it open with that and it didn't work. So we want to go down the S aisle now. And we need to... look in the files. Can we just go into...
that file.
There we go, S. We want Stellar Santiago. I don't think we can take Santiago Chile.
Will only make it worse.
And we want to find Sharpay.
That file.
Well, this one opens, so presumably this is where we'll find Sharpay. No.
Man, these filing.
Do I need to...
That file.
Yeah, look, we need to create another staircase. I guess, well, because it's letting us do that. Yeah, there we go. Sharpay. It's not a dog, unfortunately. So let's have a quick look at those and just make sure there's nothing else that we need to find from there. Corman Stellar Santiago was a member of the Starcon fleet before her departure from this world while attempting to rescue a janitor second class. That's me, who's stationed aboard SCS Deep Ship 86. We also have the Sharpay file. A philanthropist of the first... philanthropist, excuse me, of the First Order, this benefactress of many good causes is known throughout the universe simply as Sharpay. Sharpay's most recent project has been the Golden Light Years retirement home or community. Retirement community on Delta Berxalon 5, where she hopes to spend her declining years. Always thinking of others, this grand lady will leave a legacy of charitable works behind her when she goes. Will she? Only time will tell. Let's get down from here, Roger. We need to go and find Dr. Bellows. Can we... No. No, we want to go to the file room.
You pinchers.
Because we needed to find... Oh, is it down there? Come on. Yeah, there we are. Silly me. Okay, so Dr. Bellows... Is he in there? Yes, he is. Dr. H. Bellows.
That wouldn't prove.
There we go. So, now what we need to do is go in our pockets. We need to have a look at Bellows folder 2. It says Dr. Hayden Bellows is the Chief Medical Administrator of the Golden Light Years retirement community. He's gained much notoriety over his controversial efforts to mitigate the effects of, some say to altogether eliminate, aging. Cross-reference Sharpay and Santiago. Additional cross-references Project Immortality. Project Immortality. Let's go find that then, I guess.
It feels...
Yeah, it feels gritty. It feels gritty. We get it. So, yeah. Project Immortality, guys. So we have to walk down here again. Because we want to find out about what they're involved in. So, Project Immortality. Is it in that drawer? Isn't in that drawer. Is it in this one?
That fire.
No.
That
You know, we didn't look at the low down ones.
That fire.
Nope. Guess we keep walking. Got some more peas. It looks like we're making a staircase because he didn't look in there. Or did he? Yeah, no, he's just closing this. What about this one, Roger?
General drawer failure. Please. You get the idea. That file.
Okay, I think we have to open the drawers before we climb up on them. I guess. I didn't know that was a thing. but it is. So there you go.
General drawer. You get the eye. General drawer. You get.
I need to climb up there.
That file. Your work. That. That. That.
None of these files want to open.
That. 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 That.
Well, we're not going to find it under here, are we? But Ayn Rand's there, so that's useful.
General, you get.
Okay, can we walk? Can we step down off it?
That file.
Okay, that. Yeah, that's great. But how do we?
That file.
How do we actually get to?
Man, these filing Man.
Look, I mean, I can close that drawer.
That file. That. You pinch it.
But I can't.
That file. That.
See, we can open and close drawers.
That file. That file.
But none of the other files will open.
That file. That file. That file. That.
But none of the others do.
General drawer. You get.
No. What are you doing? Get up on there. Stop being silly, Roger.
General drawer. You
Yeah, I get it.
Man, these filing. Man.
But I can't. Oh. Roger Wilco, you immense pain in my bottom. Being polite there. What I mean is pretty obvious to anyone.
That file. That. That. That file.
Yep, well, we can open
It
R,
wouldn't be
but
prudent to do that at this.
I wonder.
General drawer. You.
What if we.
That file.
How do we get that? Do we go to. Do we go to the letter I? Maybe? It's Project Immortality, but maybe. Because none of those P folders are allowing me to actually view the contents. So let's try the letter I for immortality. Perhaps that's where we're going wrong. Oh, something's died there, been squashed in the drawer. Oh, and we got some burning. Okay, the letter I.
That file. That. 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 That.
Nope, none of the I files want to open at all.
That. That. That.
So I think it's safe to say that it's not under I. Which asks the question, where is this file? I'm going to have to do a little quick check of something. Give me just one sec. Because I am having some trouble finding exactly where the file is. It's not under I. We need to find this cross-reference, but at least at the moment, I'm not getting it. So we'll give it a little bit longer. To find Project Immortality. What we can see is that it's not under I, so it must be under P. So let's have another look at those files beginning with the letter P.
That. That.
Hang on. There's another one that has the letter P on it. And there's one we can open. So we missed that one. Oh, for goodness sake. The only thing that's slightly annoying is if you click the wrong place, he'll step up or he'll step off again. But there we go. No. Okay.
You get the idea.
Looks like we have to open that one too. I'm not sure how we can reach this to do it, but there we go. Yeah, there we are. Now we can climb up and open this drawer, which gives us detail of Project Immortality. We also have Product Liability. It sounds a bit similar. Prokofiev, Prometheus, Pronghorn, Propaganda, Propeller Heads. They did that one song from a James Bond film. And the old Prostate. But what we want is Project Immortality. I hope you're enjoying things. We finally managed to solve this puzzle.
It feels...
So now we can leave. Oh, excuse me. What I want to do is just go in my old pockets. I want to have a quick look at Project Immortality. The holy grail of narcissists everywhere, Project Immortality is the cold hard scientific name applied to the cold hard science that is the fountain of youth of our times. Project Immortality is funded by Sharpay and overseen by controversial Dr. Hayden Bellows. It promises humankind the hope of the ages, eternal life. Sure makes marriage a scary proposition though, doesn't it? Cross-references Endgame, which I don't believe is something that actually exists in the game. So we're not going to bother with that one. I think we've got enough files to be getting on with. What we need to do is put those files in the printer so we can get a hard copy.
The cyber printer accepts your cyber file gratefully and begins to print. The question is, what exactly is the output of a cyber printer?
Who knows? I guess we'll find out.
Next.
Okay, well, I need to do this one too. And I need to do this one. Yeah, there's just a lot of these that we need to print out. And one more file. Sorry, not with my hands, just choose to print that file. And I think those were all the files. Oh no, one more. We print out the files.
What do you know? Maybe there is something to this superhero reputation thing after all. And
Maybe,
after
I
that episode with the egg beater,
don't know how, but
you'd never impress me again.
there's never usually anything impressive about Roger Wilco, to be fair. He kind of just lucks out most of the time on the way that he's doing things. Okay, so we've printed all the files, which means we can leave. She's serving various numbers, even though no one's actually taken a number. I don't know what the point of her serving various numbers is if she doesn't have one. Okay, so we got there. The good news is that when we get out of here, which will take us there, we can save ourselves a bit of walking. To do that, we go into our pockets for this plank of wood that we found, and we put it there. Just meaning we don't have to travel through all the MC Escher-like
You smartly drop the board
things.
spanning the gap between the two bridge sections.
Well, it saves us a bit of time, doesn't it? Even though we had to kind of walk sideways to get across there. Okay. Now, where did those printouts come?
It looks like maybe it holds a set of... Gee, Dad, it's just 3 more gigabytes and you... This page appears to be a memo from this page. Some printouts.
Ah, there we are. These are the printouts of the various folders.
You're hesitant.
So let's go and confront the good doctor. I use the word good very loosely with the evidence.
Well, Dr. Bellows, I think you've got some explaining to do.
You're out of your mind, Wilco.
So, what do you have to say for yourself now, Doctor?
Confronted with the facts found in the files you located, he freaks and spills all.
He's spilling everything.
Oh, my...
I think we're probably going to reach the end of the game fairly easily here. I'm not entirely sure. We'll wait and see.
This all the way through until I crossed my own personal ethical line.
You don't have one. Let's be honest.
It had already gone too far. The experiments alone. I thought I could do just this one thing and still live with myself.
But you couldn't, could you?
Love can move a person.
Or could you? I reckon you could. You're just.
She knew how I felt and used it to her advantage.
Oh.
I think I know what you mean about that love thing, but wait a minute.
Slow down, buddy. Slow down.
Are you saying you have the hots for... I mean, you are actually romantically intrigued by Sharpay? Wow. You are serious.
He is.
I agree that love can make you do some weird stuff. In this case, though, it made you do some stuff that was unethical and illegal, Doctor. Where is Stellar Santiago?
He knows she was alive. Yeah, we know she was alive.
What have you done with her?
Great Caesar's ghost. The woman. She's still alive, but I'm afraid
not much time remains.
She is? What do you mean, not much time remains?
As you must realize by now, the
Golden Light Years.
Merely a front for the research I'd been conducting per Sharpay's wishes.
Yeah.
She is intensely fearful of death. You probably didn't know.
I didn't notice that she's getting up in age. No, I noticed.
Yeah. Who could have guessed
I
that?
definitely noticed.
In very simple terms, Janitor Wilco.
That's janitor, second class.
Yeah, because that makes all the difference.
Excuse me, Janitor second class. As I was saying, Sharpay feared dying enough to take the...
Are you paying attention to what he's saying here, Roger?
She knew I loved her.
Could be important. Just saying.
I met her.
Could be important.
It was at the funeral of... Oh, I believe it was her fourth husband, and I remember never having seen her look so radiant.
He fell for her hard.
She knew it. You should have seen her in black.
I'll pass, thanks. Just tell me about Stellar.
Not much to tell.
The bottom line is that I have developed a way to extend Sharpay's life by transferring her mental essence into the body of another. It was to be you until your friend Stellar Santiago got in the way. We thought no one would miss you.
You were probably right. No one was going to miss Roger.
What I have done is to employ...
But at least now she's been put into someone female.
...the designated host body, as is happening with your friend as we speak.
Stellar's body is being taken over by Sharpay?
Might be weird having an old lady inside this man. I don't know.
Is there anything we could do?
That might not be. Might be perfectly acceptable.
I never really thought of it that way.
You choose.
Well, think about it now. We have to save
It's all down to
Stellar.
you.
We can't let her die. You can redeem yourself at least to some degree, Doc.
As much as it pains me to admit it, you're right.
I'm right.
Roger. You're right. Okay, I think I may have a plan. We can
save her.
There are some interesting spin-off technological breakthroughs. I'm going to send you in to stop Sharpay.
I'm getting sent in to stop her. There you go.
Say what? No, I don't think...
You
it's
don't...
the only chance. If you seriously care for your friend...
I don't know. Should we do this?
Oh.
Don't think we have any choice, guys. The only way to do this.
Well, okay then. I hope you're sure about this.
Sure he's sure.
I'm positive. Here's how we shall go about it. You will move your shuttle into Lab B. Meanwhile, I will generate new software for your shuttle's navigational system, which will help you locate...
We're looking for nanites.
Very small robotic devices I developed for the intrusion.
Nanites, eh? The magical wonder thing that resolves everything.
Well, your friend's chances of survival improve immensely. Then, once I have located and extracted you, I shall work to repair whatever damage may have been done to Stellar during the attempted incursion.
Good. Please do. So here we are, we've got our shuttle. And we're going to hunt for nanites. A la Innerspace. If you've ever seen the film Innerspace, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then basically we're going inside a person. There have been other films like that kind of covered that. Or hey, you could have watched The Magic School Bus maybe. But in this, Innerspace is probably the most obvious kind of film reference. Even though, yeah, no, I think it had been out at that point. Hey, giant person. There's not a chance you're gonna, like, crush us or anything, is there? No, no, it looks like we are gonna be injected into our friend. Even though the doctor looks quite angry about doing it. Come on. Get on with it. Get on with it. Game is chugging along right now. Hope that's not a major problem. Here we go, we're about to get shot forward at warp speed into someone's body. Down a wormhole. It's kind of like Stargate. Or Sliders. I don't know, which do you think was better? Sliders, Stargate? I'm not sure. And the Stargate series probably had some slightly more interesting things going on. Okay, so we're inside somebody's body. I think it would be sensible to wear our suit. So let's get dressed. Get all dressed up, Roger, and ready to go. Put your helmet on. And let's get moving.
The shuttle feels...
Let's go out of our shuttle.
You don't have to wear your helmet out there.
Do I not? Well, can I not just wear it anyway? Okay. Looks like we have to take our helmet off, guys. I don't see what harm it would have done wearing it, but apparently we're not allowed to. What have we got?
Oh, that looks real nice.
Does that look real nice, does it, Roger? Real nice. Okay, well, let's continue on here. What have we got to do? Oh, there's an exit there. Lovely. Oh, hang on. Did we get everything we needed? Actually.
You're treading for some reason. After all, an army.
What's that?
It's alveoli.
Alveoli. Reminds you of spaghetti. Well, let's have it. Because we might need that. In fact, I'm pretty sure we do need that, which is why I came back. So what do we do now? Well, now we're climbing. We have to be careful though, because there are some nanites there, and they will harm us if we're not careful. One moment. So what we need is we need this. We need that. A staple. A staple. Someone swallowed a staple somehow. And we also need this little bit of kind of stringy looking stuff. As a rope. What is the stringy looking stuff, you ask?
It's a piece of that stringy stuff from
It's celery. We also, I think, need to take one of these. It's like an M&M or a... Maybe it's one, or maybe it's a Skittle. Your choice, whichever you prefer, you can have. So take one of these. Any one, it doesn't really matter. I'll take the yellow one.
You acquire a candy.
One candy. All you're allowed, Roger. All you're allowed. We want to take the candy and dump it in the stomach acid, which raises the acid level in the stomach.
The acid rises, but just not quite high enough to submerge those nanites.
So what we need to do is pick up the other candies.
You acquire...
I already...
Oh, I have to do it one at a time. That's fine. What we want to do then is take this one, throw it in the acid.
Interesting.
We need to take the other one and do the same. I know it seems stupid because it looks like it doesn't actually do anything,
That's not real.
but we do need to do it.
Interesting.
Still not quite enough to actually hurt them, but we
Quite high enough to submerge those nanites.
we needed to do that. So, what we need to do now is connect the staple that we see there to the celery. It creates a grappling hook. We want to climb up here again. We want to grapple over to there. Which is probably going to hurt a little bit. You probably feel a little pinch if you're Roger's friend.
Nice shot.
But there we are. We've done what we needed to do. And then we need to climb up the string. I don't know if we can just climb up doing this. Yeah, we do. This gets us out of this stomach area and up through the esophagus. Oh. Let's get climbing. What do we have? What do we have here? Keep going, Roger. Oh, we got a pill of some kind. Let's have that. Oh. Oh, what are you doing? Are you dislodging the pill or are you having the pill? Were you supposed to do that? Oh, hey, that'll, what is that? What was that pill? That's what I want to know. Right. What we want to do now is do this. We tickle with the feather. Tickle her esophagus. She's gonna make all sorts of weird stuff happen. See? We've managed to splash all of them. And kill the nanites. With that giant Twinkie looking thing. that we dislodged. I guess now we can come down. Can we? Can we exit here? Can we exit? Yeah, there we are. That's what we want to do. I'm just trying to think, do we need... I don't think we need that pill. I think that was just a way of helping us dislodge the Twinkie. We're in a nice green place now. Not much we can do there. But what we can do is go through this little door just here. We want to go up this way, and this takes us nicely, well, I say nicely, we are inside someone's body. I'm not sure how nice it's going to be, but nicely. Oh, wait,
This is the cystic duct. You are quite near where the gallbladder becomes part of the bile parade.
we are close to the gallbladder.
A large gallstone hangs above the entrance to the gallbladder.
I guess that's where we're going, guys. We're going up to the gallbladder. Isn't that nice? Okay. So what do we have here?
If I'm not mistaken, and I seldom am, that's the mucosa, or inner lining of the gallbladder. It helps make
The
the
inner
bile
lining of the
more viable
gallbladder.
by absorbing spare water content.
Nice. What we want to try and do, if I remember rightly.
Here before you in all its wow, check out.
I'm not sure. Are we in the right place? I don't think we are. Come back out here for a moment. I don't think we're going to the right place. But this, in fact, is the gallbladder. As exciting as that might be.
No tour of the duodenum would... This...
We do have to attach some duct tape. I'm just trying to remember where. Do we have anything in our pocket that might...
Careful, combining those items...
No, that's not what we want anyway. Have I think I've missed something. I'm going to have to go back. Because I think I've missed picking something up that we needed. Yeah, I have. I have to go all the way back to our ship. Come on, Roger, let's do this quickly. We don't want to take too long getting this done. So we got to go all the way back. Back. Right the way to our ship. Which means I need to climb up here. Not up the rope, because the rope does not take us back to our ship. The rope takes us, obviously, to the esophagus. We've been there. There is something next to our ship that I forgot to pick up, which is these. Some capillaries next to the nacelle there.
Don't touch...
That we need because we need to go back to the gallbladder. Or the capillaries, depending on how you prefer to pronounce things. There is a right way to pronounce it. I'm sure you probably want to correct me. If you wish to do that, that's entirely your decision. But we're almost there, I think. We're almost at the end. We're just going to rescue Stellar Santiago. At which point, Roger will have completed his quest. So we're not far away. I think we're pretty close to the end of the whole thing. So here we go. We're going to go back up now. to the old gallbladder. And I'll show you what it is that we actually needed to do. So there we go. Enter the gallbladder, Roger, old buddy, old pal. So now what we're trying to do, which didn't help because I'd actually forgotten to pick an item up, was to take this duct tape to that, to tape all the capillaries together. We take the capillaries and we use them on the pump.
Nice work. You've hooked up your
Making a hose.
to the pump.
And that's what we needed to do. We use the pump
Careful.
on the bile. I'm going to collect it in our helmet, kind of like a little fish tank. A goldfish bowl.
One of the taped capillaries over the muscular ledge. It drops into the pool.
That's what we want. We want some bile in our helmet. Just what we always wanted. Isn't it just?
You give the pump a stroke or two, and in the process, gather a nice helmet load of bile. I guess congratulations are in order.
Something like that, yeah, that's what we wanted. We wanted a helmet full of bile. Lovely. Don't need to pump anymore, because that was literally its only use, I believe. Yeah. What's happening now? Oh, we've dislodged the gallstone. Run! Do we have like a door we can roll under? No, we just dive off to the side. And it got lodged. So now she's got a gallstone lodged. I'm not sure we wanted that, but we do get some fragments of gallstone there that we could use. Let's go. Oh, no. We head to the right now. And keep walking. Yeah, that looks lovely, doesn't it? Okay, we got a blocked spot, and what we do with that blocked spot is we take these alveoli and we put them there. Which is the start of what we do. Then we do this to expand them, because that's what you do, of course.
You drew.
And we continue on. There is a reason we want to do this, which is that we want to go in our pockets, we want to take our helmet, and we want to pick up some of this fluid from the old pancreas.
You maneuver your helmet beneath the drip and manage to snag
It's
a
pretty
nice
disgusting.
little dollop of the stuff.
So now we walk back. We've collected a helmet full of horrible, they're bodily fluids, aren't they? And everyone has them. Let's go, let's get out of this area. We need to go back to the stomach now. The reason for that is that we need to create a capsule that will allow us, come on Roger, to continue on. So we go up here. Excuse me. Because what we want to do, before we come back down here through the duodenum, so we want to collect this. So, in our pockets we take this, we combine them with that. And we get this. What's this, you ask?
It's one of those tiny timed release pills.
They are tiny time release pills. We'll have those, thanks.
You now own one of those tiny timed release.
We only needed one, I think. Let me just double check. Oh no.
You now.
We can take more if we need.
You now.
Do we take them all?
You now.
Let me just check. We've got a load of them. I think this is just a never-ending supply, isn't it? Of time-released pills. I think that's probably enough. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, that hasn't actually grown any. So I don't think we actually needed to pick up that many. So now we're going to continue downward. We don't need to take the little ulcerated kind of hole that we took last time in the right here. We're not going that way, we are going this way. To exit from the screen. Let's continue. What are you doing, Roger? There we are. Ooh, what's this? It's a tapeworm. What we do with the tapeworm is we try and throw these in its mouth.
Impressive.
What that does to the tapeworm is that it keeps it busy. And while it's busy, what we're going to do is ride down the tapeworm. Ride down with the tapeworm. It's horrible. I understand that. We're on our way to the intestines. Come on, tapeworm, move. I don't know how long this is going to take, so let's sit back and watch Roger Wilco travel down the intestinal tract on a tapeworm.
Yow! Now that's a ride you won't take in the Magic Kingdom.
It certainly isn't. You're right. It certainly is not.
Don't pick up.
Thanks, tapeworm. We'll see you later. What do we have here? We have this, which we're sawing. Oh, it's some fingernail, lovely. What else do we have? What's this piece of metal? Some sort of piece of metal?
You carefully, very carefully, stole the paper clip in your pocket.
What's she swallowing paper clips for? Do many people swallow paper clips? I don't think people swallow paper clips usually in their day-to-day life, gonna be honest.
I think I've already done things above and beyond.
You've never even met her mother.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, you don't want to go that way. Are you concerned that that might be...
So you like the worm, huh? You like to ride the worm, huh?
Yeah, I like to...
I'll let you ride the worm.
He's gonna let me ride the worm again. I'm not sure what he's trying to say there, but okay. Ride the snake. That's what Jim Morrison would say, isn't it? Ride the snake. Back we go. Through the intestinal tract on the back of a tapeworm. Just what we needed to do. Let's get out of here, Roger. Because we are close to success. Come on, let's keep going. We need to go back to the stomach and back to our ship. No, we don't, because I've forgotten something again. It's probably the longest stream we've done, guys. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. We need to use the tapeworm again, because I did forget something down inside there.
Please remember to keep your arms and legs on the worm at all.
So we're going to ride the worm again. I'll be back in one moment. So there we are, our journey down the worm has been completed. We're going to have to take another journey on the worm in just a moment, but I've forgotten something in here. What have I forgotten? This.
You pull away a cracked piece of the filling.
We've got a broken filling. I understand why that's there. Still don't understand why she's got a paperclip in her intestines, but...
So you like the worm?
Yes, I like the worm. Let's ride the worm again. One moment. We're riding the worm once more. There we are. So now we've got everything we need. We can move back up here. Come on. Keep moving. Get going, Roger. Old buddy, old pal. And let's get out of here. Yeah, I said to exit. Can you not just do what I asked you to, Roger? Is that too difficult for you? Let's keep going. We're going back to our ship now. Because we need to travel to a different part of Stellar's body. Unfortunately, our ship did get a little bit bashed up, which meant we couldn't continue. But we got everything we need now. It's probably the longest we've been on, guys, but I feel like we're pretty close to the end of here, so I feel like there's not much point stopping and then doing like a 10-minute video next time. So we're going to continue on with this.
The concept of rubbing silver particles off.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was going to put it in the fuel tank. Can we do that?
Excellent.
There we are. We have to put silver in the fuel tank. And so that's what we're going to do. So we've got silver in the fuel tank. We get back in the ship now. Get rid of our suit. And sit back down. But what we want to do first is we want to take this CD-ROM. Not a Blu-ray, not a DVD. It's a CD-ROM. And we do a little scan. And what do we find out? We find out that there were nanites in the stomach, which we've gotten rid of, and there are nanites in her brain.
This looks like the launch initiative.
So what do we need to do? Well, we need to go to the brain to stop these other nanites. We're not far away now. Here we go. Let's get up, Roger. Let's get our suit. Apparently we won't need the... I don't think we're going to need the suit, the helmet, so... Let's get all dressed up. Now, we're going to save our game. But only because we haven't in a little while. And we're going to go outside. Okay, so we need to get down here. What we're going to do is cut through this tissue.
You slice away with the nail, and amazingly enough, manage to cut a slice in the barrier.
This will let us drop down onto the area below. Onto Stellar's brain. Yeah, no, we're on top of her brain. I don't know if that's a good idea. Do apologise, that made a bit more noise than I intended.
Jump across this one.
Okay, so here we are. We've reached the gap. We want to jump across. Here he comes with a running jump. do we do it? Well, it looks like we can't, we couldn't make the jump. I don't know what to do now then. We just keep going. We'll get up eventually. There we are. We got up.
Man.
It was close. We almost died. Oh, these nanites. Oops.
So close, and yet
I think we need to be a little more careful. Don't you? So we have to do all this again. Because you see, we got killed by the nanites. But we already know everything we're doing there. So now this time we need to be a little more careful. Come on. You're supposed to do that by jumping. Okay, so we need to try not to get too close to these nanites at the beginning. Up you get, Roger. There we are, right.
Man.
So we need to be careful. There we are. They've not noticed us this time, so we're safe. Okay, well, for now. So, what we need to do is take the gallstone from our pocket. We want to throw this gallstone at the nanites.
I don't think I can hit... I don't think...
Okay, we can't hit them from that far back. How about now?
I don't...
Can you move a little closer? Damn it! We're dead again, guys.
so close, and yet so far away.
Okay. Let's try it this time.
I don't think I can...
How about now? Yeah, here we go.
You chuck a gallstone at one of the robots.
I think the other one did it.
The other one did it.
Thinks the other one did it, so now we're throwing at him. And he'll think he did it. You see? See how that works? You see how that works?
This time at the other robot, who also thinks the other one did it.
Let's throw another one. Oh, they've had enough. They've had enough of it. They're beating each other up like rock'em sock'em robots.
That was quite effective.
And now they're dead.
Very impressive, Roger. I'll bet that's not something you hear every decade.
You would probably be right, my friend. Probably be right. But now we can get here. This is an elevator. This lets us go down. Down, down, down. The signs up, stop, down. We want to go down. I can't read any of these signs because he's moving very quickly. So it doesn't really matter. But here we are. We've reached a lower area. And what we want to do, believe it or not, is we want to take this.
It probably seemed like it would have.
And we want to have a look and see what we have.
A huge.
What is this?
A huge pile of debris is standing in front of what appears to be some sort of passage. A huge.
In my pockets, we do need to use this. We need to poke it somewhere.
That's an boy. Excellent. As this is strange looking. Used pieces. A huge pile.
I don't think we've got. What's this?
It's a recently constructed shaft.
But we don't.
It would appear that as boy.
What does that say?
Oh, this is her choice of men.
Okay.
This button.
What's this one?
Interesting. The sign says that
That's where we want to go, I think.
This button's
Now, what we do here is we poke a... We jab this in there. We jab this right inside her cough control center. And then we go down. What this does, well, we're not entirely sure, but when we reach the bottom, we reach this room full of garbage. What we want to do, oh, see, there we are, we've actually shifted the garbage slightly so that we can get through here. And we do a little bounce, and we end up down next to a nanite that looks particularly dangerous.
that hurts like a...
It's a very big robot.
What's going on here? And what's with that big robot?
Well, well, Mr. Wilco. I must confess to being impressed that you made it this far. You are either a very lucky man...
I guess Sharpie's inside that robot?
How looks can be deceiving.
Yeah, you're right.
From what
I'm
I
probably a bit of
know
both.
Your history, I can't say that in this case looks are necessarily deceiving. On the other hand, I don't think
This is
luck
where the odds
counts
catch up
for
with me,
all
guys.
either. They are
Apparently.
definitely I do hope you don't mind.
She
me
hopes I don't mind referring
to
to me as Roger.
I feel we
Or on a
can
first name
both
basis, since we'll soon be
first
sharing
name
intimate
basis
moments.
now, since we will soon be sharing such
Rebirth and
intimate
death.
moments. My rebirth.
Not in that order. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Not necessarily, and that I'll attend to you.
She'll attend to me in a moment.
I have a few more little details to finish before I transfer.
So she
my
believes that we can't do
consciousness
anything
into
to
it,
stop her
Roger. It'll be
at
among
all.
the very last of your memories.
But I know how we can stop her.
Oh, and by the way,
Jeez, what a bit...
I'm sorry.
Uh,
What was that you were saying?
our attempts to escape will not work, apparently.
Me?
But what we'll do is we'll just do a couple of little things. She thinks we can't escape. She's wrong. She's wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Wrongity, wrong, wrong.
Wow, that was actually a great idea.
We fried her.
Yeah, I kicked her butt. Just look at me. MacGyver wishes he could...
I don't think MacGyver worries too much about getting inside people's intestinal tracts.
The never-ending battle between good and evil was once again waged. And once again, good has emerged
Has it?
victorious.
Are you sure?
Yes, and with me on its side, how could it lose?
Well, you see, Roger,
Yes,
that's a different
once
question.
again, I have struck a blow for good over evil. It was in a... Hey!
What?
Ah! What? But I thought I took care of
Well,
it.
you almost did.
Well, it appears
But hey.
you thought wrong now, doesn't it, Roger?
Hey.
Wilco, I have
There is a recurring...
this long without taking
There's a recurring theme in the game you might remember.
It was just hardware. My mind still is.
And it's going to be an interesting part of the game.
Oh, real wonderful.
Because what we're going to do, you see, is we're going to,
Hey! Watch
when
those
we get to
tentacles,
do
lady.
something,
I thought that being partially embedded in the street on Polly
yeah,
Street
being
was a strange
embedded in
feeling.
the street was probably quite strange. But you see, if we go in our pockets, there's something that we keep getting given. Hey, Sharpie, don't forget your fish!
Fish, that's brain food.
Don't forget your fish! Yeah, but that one's not. Ha ha. Ha ha.
Right. She actually chowed down on that rancid fish.
Not very clever, was
I
she?
thought I'd never get rid of that fish.
So here we are, we travel down inside of Stellar Santiago. We find the doctor. lurking outside. And we get flying outside of the body, I hope, very soon. But that's us, guys. That's all we need to do in the game. That is how the game ends. With us gesturing to the doctor that it's time to leave. Ah! Through a spot on her nose. He sees the flashing. I hope. And will he let us out? He pops the spot. And we're free.
Oh, there you are, Wilco.
Yes, here I am. Here I am, here I am. Where are you? Just the finger family? Let's not do that. Disturbing.
Boy, Stellar. With all that's happened recently, I never would.
Who would have imagined they'd be standing there together?
It is a miracle, Roger. I was afraid that by the time you got my message...
So we got our message, it'd be too late?
I was certain I was doomed. You didn't let me...
But Roger apparently never lets anyone down.
What you did was incredibly brave, Roger. Not to mention intensely risky. It took Dr. Bellows a lot of work to clean up after you and Sharpay.
Did it?
I must say, Roger, there's not a man in the universe who knows me inside the way you do.
Mm-hmm. Never likely to be again, either.
But I went in there
all business. All
I
business.
wasn't thinking of your welfare.
He's a liar, isn't he?
Oh, give me a break. Let me put my boots on. It's getting deep in here.
Deep what?
Cheese it, pal. Or I'll rip out your larynx and you won't be able to get a job doing bad voiceover work for Chinese action pictures.
What did you say, Roger?
Oh, I was just mumbling to myself. You know, Stellar, there's one thing I noticed while inside you I thought I might...
Yeah, why'd you keep eating bits of metal?
What's that, Roger?
You eat like a goat. You really have to change your eating habits, Stellar. I saw some things in your digestive tract I wouldn't wish on Sludge Vohall. You really have to clean up your consumption act.
Yes, I know. Dr. Bellows said he was able to fix most everything done to me during Sharpay's invasion, as well as patching an ulcer that was playing havoc with my stomach. He told me the same things.
Yeah, you shouldn't eat paper clips.
You had a hunk of Twinkoid wedged in your throat that would have gagged a Linda Lovelace.
That's an interesting line to add into the end of the game.
I got the message. Let's change the subject.
This is an over 18 stream, isn't it?
Where I'm stationed next.
Why don't you just tell me?
Boy, some fun.
She's stationed in Roger Wilco's quarters, obviously.
I guess I'm a little grumpy. I had a real day. I had to clean the captain's log entry container. Then somebody got a nice buzz in 8 rear and decided to take a wormhole ride in the Hollows suite. They hit a few wrong buttons, and the next thing I know, I'm getting Ergon Nebula sets and hors d'oeuvres off every wall.
Lovely.
Apparently, they truly did make the room spin. Boy, they spackled everything. Had to use the cutting knife to chip loose some of the chunks of...
That's horrendous, Roger. That's utterly horrendous. Can we yeah. Stop talking about that. God.
Sorry.
Anyway, I think you're gonna like your next...
Really?
I doubt it. Where is it?
Sorry. You're just gonna have
So I've got to wait to find out. Wait till when? Who knows? What we know is we're flying in a giant jockstrap through space. Jockstraps in space. Space. Yeah. That's what I thought as well. We're flowing in a giant jockstrap. Space, the final frontier. Support and protection in space, guys. It's always a necessity.
As Roger and Stellar warp off into the nebula set, many questions remain. Will Roger and Stellar become an item?
Will he? Will they? Will we ever know?
React when she hears about this new friend in Roger's life. Will Roger's voice be a few octaves higher as a result? Would they dare to make another one of these things? Only time.
Would they dare? Would they ever? Time and money will tell.
My lips and urinal pucks lately. I hope it's something different.
Well, let's hope it is something different, Roger. Let's hope that we're not... Let's hope that we're not cleaning toilets again. Oh, that's right. Except that there never was a Space Quest 7, so we'll never know what happened to Roger.
Yeah, Scott. Yeah, well, yeah, then good work.
So yeah, there never was a Space Quest 7. It was planned a few times. They even planned a kind of spin-off game on PlayStation, I believe. Nothing ever came of it. This was the last ever game. We'll maybe play some of the other games. We've also got things like Broken Sword to play at some point. Later on today, we will get back and we'll play a little bit more of We Happy Few. Enjoyed that quite well. And hopefully we'll be able to enjoy a few more things with it. That's going to be everything from me today. Not today, for now.
The animator killed himself.
And we'll play you out with Roger riffing on the credits, shall we? Thank you very much. Please join me next time. Please hit the follow button if you like. Remember that everything will be uploaded to YouTube once we've finished here at the channel Supernautus Streams. Follow me on Twitter as Supernautus. Follow me on Facebook as Supernautus Streams. And here on Mixer as Supernautus. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. And if you did,
These, by the way, are the credits.
please let your friends know.
Because, well, we can't afford to really.
Yeah, Roger, this is a little bit unnecessary, don't you think? Let's just drop the credits, shall we? Thank you very much again, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!